In the wild, many animals are at war, and this fact cannot be changed. This is the idea of nature. But sometimes there are moments when even predators can help other animals. In this video, we will show you the most incredible cases when animals saved other animals, which no one would believe if they were not recorded on camera. Here are top 20 animals saved by another animal. The lion decided to attack the wounded buffalo, who somehow tried to fight back for a while. But as time went by, the victim was exhausted and had no longer the strength to resist. The lion immediately grasped him with a firm grip, and it seemed that nothing could save this poor animal. Suddenly, a large elephant rushed to his aid and frightened the attacker, giving the poor buffalo another chance. Moreover, the elephant came to the buffalo and sprinkled it with earth to get up. Piggies also can be animal heroes. This video has gone over all the social networks in its time. The young goat was in a rather unpleasant and dangerous situation. It is obvious that the goat doesn't swim well. That's what we see in the video. The goat tries to reach the shore, but the lack of strength makes him call for help. To his happiness and to our surprise, a little piggy rushed to the rescue. The rescuer swam up to the goat and pushed him to the rocky shore. Just like all the previous ones, this case can teach us a lot. Mere feet from the edge of a deadly ridge was a tiny puppy trying to claw his way to the surface. This little pup, no more than a few weeks old, strove with all his might, but simply was not strong enough to win his own freedom. Without hesitation, the black and white tabby leapt down into the ditch, determined to free the little one. And so, just like she would do with one of her kittens, the cat grabbed the pup up by the nape of his neck and began to carry him out of the trap. The moment was amazing. Animal empathy is incredible to see. We are so glad that the little pup was saved. And this is just a miracle we can't help but share with you. As we can see, the snake attacked the frog and tried to swallow it, but the frog was quite large, and it was hard for the snake to eat the prey. After some time of consistent efforts, the snake panicked and rushed to the water. In the water, the battle continues. And at one point, you might think the frog is already lost, but when suddenly another frog jumped out of the water right on the snake and saved his friend. It all started when a seal got stuck on a floating piece of ice in the middle of a bunch of hungry killer whales. The whales were swimming close to each other, creating waves around the ice and making the seal fall into the water, which was most likely going to happen. But suddenly, two humpback whales showed up and the seal was able to step on the back of one of them right before being devoured by one of these killer whales. The humpback whale even used one of its flippers to keep the seal balanced as this one started to slide back into the water. Humpbacks and killer whales are always competing against each other. The three lions decided to take this little buffalo from their mother. The mother does not give up and tries in every way to stop the hungry predators and fight back. But unfortunately, she was outnumbered, and there was very little chance to protect her baby. The lions captured the calf, and its fate seemed to already be decided. But in a moment, a whole herd of buffaloes came for help and chased the lions away. Now, in this case is especially interesting because it demonstrates animals saving another animal species. The snack time of this leopard ended badly. After catching its prey, the leopard decided to have a little bite to eat right away. As you can see, the hyena wouldn't mind eating it too, and she was afraid to come closer as she was alone. But this herd of monkeys served as rescue animals, did not pass by the leopard, drove him away from the antelope's stomach, and helped save the poor girl. If it weren't for this dog, this cat surely would have drowned to death. As the cat struggled to survive, the dog paced back and forth, seemingly completely distraught by the conundrum of a fellow creature in dire need of help, but unsure how to proceed. He finally attempts to put his face up close to the cat, as if to say, "Climb up." However, the confused and petrified cat merely clawed mercilessly at the poor dog. You would think the dog would tuck tail and run, but not our hero. He jumped into the water to save the cat. A video taken in 2014 at Hungary's Budapest Zoo shows a curious brown bear saving a very frightened crow who fell into his pool. The bear seems to be watching the struggling bird and lumbers over when the tired bird collapses in the corner of the tank. He dips his paw into the tank and grabs the sopping bird in what appears to be a gentle for a bear sort of way. Nipping the bird's wing in his teeth, he pulls the stunned animal out and dumps him by the water's side. Satisfied, the bear then turns back to eating his carrots. Here we are witnessing an unbelievable animal rescue when a monkey unconsciously fell on the railway tracks. It was electrocuted, but suddenly another one came to help. It started by hitting it and dropping it in the water to bring it back to life. They said the monkey had been bringing her to her senses for a long time until she finally succeeded. It's funny that no one from the crowd tried to help this poor animal, but it also can be explained with the fact that the monkeys can be really dangerous. This video immediately became popular all over the internet, and you will now understand why. We'll start by saying that these giant creatures are known to be very smart and have an excellent memory. But regardless of their size, these animals can be very gentle. Animals save little calves stuck in the mud. This group of elephants put their strong trunks to good use when one of their calves found himself stuck in the mud. The group worked together to push and pull this little elephant out of the slippery mud pit and get him back to safety. It is no secret that some dogs are just excellent swimmers. Well, this footage really proves the point. Dog leaps in to rescue friends in a runaway canoe. In this video, we can clearly see how this brave and gallant dog leapt to the rescue when two of his friends found themselves drifting downriver in a runaway canoe. Next thing we see is absolutely unbelievable. The tide was strong, but this fearless pup was quite the paddler and somehow managed to grab the rope and pull the other dogs back to shore. As seen in this video, at first, the crocodile tries to pull the herbivore into the water to drown it, but the energetic wildebeest resists by heaving itself far onto the banks of the waterhole. As 8 minutes pass, the crocodile pulls the tiring wildebeest further into the water until the wildebeest, drained from the struggle, is submerged to its haunches. Then, from deeper within the waterhole, enter two unlikely saviors, a pair of hippos. As the hippos approach, the crocodile, likely scared off by the hulking beasts, disappears into the water. The wildebeest, with its chomped hoof dangling, hobbles away. There have been many cases where this animal helps and saves other animals. It can be said that these animals have saved lives. Hippo saves wildebeest and baby zebra from strong currents. This extraordinarily helpful hippo in Tanzania's Mara River saved both a wildebeest and a baby zebra from being swept away by the strong currents. As they began their migration to the southern Serengeti, the hippo would position himself downriver of the animals and nudge them along to the other side. After the hippo helped the baby zebra make her way to the little river island, he waited until she made it across safely. When Trixie the Chihuahua was left alone for a moment in her driveway one morning, a coyote thought she looked like a pretty tasty snack. It would have been curtains for this little dog had Happy, her Rottweiler neighbor, not intervened. Luckily, the coyote saw the big dog and made for the hills, leaving Trixie free to run back to her home. This is the perfect example of how awesome animals can be. Moko the dolphin saved a few of her whale friends who were beached on the New Zealand coast. Conservationists had been working for an hour and a half to get the stranded pygmy whales back out to sea, but with no success. Then Moko, the friendly local dolphin, appeared and seemed to communicate with the whales to lead them back out to sea. The two whales changed their attitude from being quite distressed to following the dolphin quite willingly, and directly along the beach and straight out to sea. The dolphin did what we had failed to do, and it was all over in a matter of minutes. What you're about to see is hard to explain, but as it turns out, anything can happen in this world. Two black cats got into a fight right in front of the whole yard. And it doesn't seem surprising, but take your time to conclude. This fight attracted not only the owners who filmed everything on their smartphone, but also dogs who did not rush to chew the cats, as it usually happens, but, on the contrary, started to break up the fight in every possible way. Basically, you should see it yourself. The spectacle is absolutely incredible. Here is another unbelievable case with animals saving other animals. At first, a lion wanted to eat the little calf and throw himself at it, but for some reason, it does not kill it. Instead, it even shows sympathy towards the baby. Maybe this lioness has cubs which cause the maternal feelings in her. After a while, the calf was spotted by another lioness. She rushed into the attack, but to her surprise, she was repulsed by the first lioness. She was defending the calf and did not let the attacker hurt the little creature. Here is another example of animals to the rescue of other animals that's definitely going to melt your heart. This case is pretty similar to the one that we had already mentioned. Do you remember an incredible scene with the bear and the bird? Well, this time is at the British Zoo. It was a monkey who noticed the struggles of the sinking bird. The monkey gently handed a leaf and pulled the poor bird out on land. And this video shot in Argentina instantly became popular all over the internet. The owner of 2 Labradors threw a stick in the river, and one of the dogs instantly chased it. Even though dogs can swim pretty well, it was not enough in this particular case. The river flow was very intense, so after the Labrador took the stick in his teeth, he was carried away by the river. It is obvious that the dog cannot reach the shore and desperately needs help. Gladly, the help did not take long as the second dog rushed to the rescue of his friend and saved him. Which animal acted like a superhero? Have you ever seen anything like this in real life? Let us know in the comment section. Like always, if you enjoyed it, be sure to give us a big thumbs up and leave us some love in the comments section. To keep up to date with all of our awesome videos, be sure to hit subscribe and turn your notifications on to never miss a thing. Until next time, do take good care of yourself.